Salam to you all. Today we'll be studying the chapter Geography 3rd, Mineral and Power Resources, as you all voted for. First, I would like to check how much of this you already know, and then we will start building up from here. Anybody? Anything that you know about minerals? Just write M in the chat box, and I'll give you the mic to start. Yes, Pooja, please.
Ma'am, minerals are naturally occurring substances which are in definite composition. Chemical composition are called minerals.
Okay, that is an absolutely correct definition. Anybody who can explain it in a little more common terms? Or give me an example of any mineral. Anybody else?
Coal.
Coal is a mineral, okay. Now, how can you identify something that, okay, this thing is mineral and this thing is something else? How can you do that?
हम जो खोद के निकाली जाती है माइनिंग करके.
Mining is one of the ways to obtain minerals. Yes, but that is not all. Anything else?
Ma'am, they are present in the soil.
Some of the minerals are present in the soil. Yes, that's correct, but not all of them are present in the soil. See, when we're talking about minerals, you must have read some things about atoms in science. Have you heard about atoms in science?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what are atoms? Can anybody explain me what are atoms?
Ma'am, very small particles which make any element.
Okay, so atoms make element. Now, element makes some things. And now when those elements they are in a definite means a predefined means कि एक structure जिसको हम हर जगह से अगर निकाले तो वो similar ही होगा, तो उस चीज को हम mineral कह सकते हैं. That is what they mean by a definite composition, that I already know that if this thing has this kind of composition, this must be that mineral. किसी और को मुझे बताने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. I can do that by using a table or some data or some properties. Now, the definition was absolutely correct, but the minerals are found in different kind of environment, different kind of geological environment. Geological means the things that happen in the earth or around the area of land. So different kind of geological places produce different kind of minerals, and there are different conditions at different places that give birth to these minerals. Now, minerals can be identified on the basis of some properties like color, their density, their hardness, and their chemical properties, as if they are soluble in water or not, or such things. Am I going clear till now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Now, when we're talking about the types of minerals are generally bifurcated into two parts. First is metallic mineral, the minerals which have metals in them, because metal is a very important mineral that we get from earth. Others are non-metallic minerals. When we're talking about metallic minerals, they are again subdivided into two parts. Those are ferrous and non-ferrous mineral. Ferrous is the symbol of what? Can anybody tell me? Ferrous or Fe? You must have studied that in class 7th geography.
Ma'am, iron.
Iron, very good. Ferrous stands for iron. It means the minerals which have iron components in them become ferrous minerals. Now the metallic minerals, just be very careful while you are classifying these things. There are metallic minerals. In metallic mineral, there are two types of minerals. Those two types of minerals are ferrous and non-ferrous. So there are minerals which have ferrous in them, that means iron, and then there are minerals which do not have ferrous in them. It means they do not have iron in them, but they are both metallic minerals nonetheless. ये चीज ध्यान रखना, यहाँ पर कंफ्यूज नहीं होना है. नॉन फेरस आर स्टिल मेटालिक मिनरल्स, बट द minerals which do not have metal in them at all are the ones which are non-metallic. Now the examples which are given, the properties of first we'll discuss the properties. The properties which are given are that metallic minerals conduct heat and electricity. They have characteristics such as luster or shine. They shine, they conduct heat and electricity. I think that is clear enough. We must have all seen that अगर आप दूध का गर्म पतीला एकदम से directly touch कर देंगे, you definitely get burned. And then there are metallic minerals which have ferrous in them, that is iron ore, manganese, and chromites. And then there are non-ferrous minerals which do not contain iron but may contain some other metals like gold, silver, copper. These are a bit more precious minerals. Now, when we are talking about non-metallic minerals, they do not have metal in them at all. Those are limestone, mica, gypsum. Limestone, समझते हो? Can anybody tell me what limestone is? चूना, चूना लगाते हैं ना? That's exactly limestone. See, the minerals can be hard also. Mineral can be very soft also. So these soft minerals. Even soap is made up of mineral. Even your toothpaste has some minerals. All these things have some kind of minerals when we talk about it. So the soft minerals are generally the ones that do not have metal in them. Now, how do we extract minerals? There are three ways which are given here. One is mining. Mining means that you go inside and you start to dig it out. Mining can be done in two ways. One is open shaft mining, which can be done on a surface when you just dig out minerals from the surface. You do not have to go very deep. And then it is open cast mining. And then there is shaft mining, in which you have to go down deep into the earth and then mine those minerals. Another one is drilling. Drilling is usually done for the kind of minerals which are liquid in nature. You have to go inside deep into the earth, drill inside the earth, and then you can take them out. And another is quarrying. Quarrying is done when the minerals are available just on the surface and you just have to take them out to use them. So this was how we extract minerals. Are you all following me till here so that I will move ahead? If anything that is confusing till now, just let me know. If there is any confusion, just type C in the chat box and I will let you know.
मैम
हाँ बेटा बेटा.
मैम जो एल्यूमिनियम है मैम वो कौन से में आएगा मैम, नॉन फेरस और मैम फेरस?
Aluminium is extracted from bauxite and that is non-ferrous as far as I know. But I will take a look at it again. I am not sure. Or just give me 1 minute. We all have resources right now. I'll just have a look.
मैम बट इट गॉट हीटेड.
Just give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Aluminum does not have iron, but it does conduct electricity because aluminum is exactly not a mineral in itself. The mineral is bauxite. It is mixed with certain other kind of minerals to make it aluminum. Maybe those other things might have the electricity conducting property. And all these properties when we're talking about, they are not like hard and fast, like that all the metals will conduct heat and electricity, or like all the non-metals will conduct heat and electricity. This is just a basis of classification. This is just a generalization. I'll research some more on bauxite and aluminum for you because I do not have much knowledge about it, and just remind me in the next class. Yes, anything else? Anyone?
Ma'am, what is
Yes,
an
sir.
ore?
Ore is the raw form of mineral. When minerals, see, minerals do not occur on their own. Minerals are mixed inside, mixed with certain other elements. Generally, a rock has minerals, and along with minerals, there are other impurities also. So, the rock that has mineral is considered an ore. Ore is basically an impurified form of minerals which has some kind of other material in itself as well. So when we're talking about iron ore, it means that that particular rock has a lot of iron in it, but it is not exactly just iron. It has a lot of impurities in itself as well. Similarly, when we're talking about the other kind of metals like bauxite ores, copper ores, so they have other minerals mixed with them. You have to extract and purify them to get that particular mineral in their usable shape. Sorry, usable amount. Anything else? And I have a very strong suggestion to all of you. It will be way better if you ask more technical things with your science teacher, because Sagar sir is way more better in me and explaining these kind of things, and I think he will be able to satisfy your curiosity better than I can. So is there any problem till here? If I can, I'll definitely try. Shall I move ahead? Okay. So now there is work for you. There is are given on the subsequent pages 26, 27, and 28. There are different continents that are given. There are different things that are given, that this country has this kind of element or this country has this kind of mineral. What you have to do is you have to make a list. How you will make a list? You will just start writing the names of minerals. Here it is given continent wise, but you will make a list mineral wise, like iron, and then you will start writing continent wise that iron is in which country, in which continent. This is not important from examination point of view, because we do not ask the distribution of world minerals, but it is good for your own general knowledge that which kind of mineral is present where. Just make a list, do not worry much about memorizing it. You should just have an idea about which things are where. So the subsequent pages you will have to cover on your own. I'll focus more on the distribution of minerals in India. See how we will study this particular portion, page number 28, the bottom portion, and page number 29, the starting portion. We will study all of this using map. So I'll need map from you in the next class, and we will mark all these things while we are attending the classes. All of you should have your map and a pencil ready. And if there is anyone who has confusion about the states in India, you have to tell me right now, because I need to cover it from the basics. Is there anyone who has any kind of confusion, like which state is which one? If you have, please do not hesitate, let me know, because otherwise I will start from marking just the state and then you will start marking the states incorrectly by their own. That is a general problem with the students. If anybody has any confusion, just write C in the chat box, and I will start from the states of India before I'll do anything else. बेटा अगर झारखंड को बिहार मार्क किया और बिहार को बंगाल मार्क किया ना, तो मार्क्स आपके वहीं पर कट जाएंगे, इवन इफ यू नो द करेक्ट आंसर. सो इफ देयर इज एनी कंफ्यूजन, इवन स्लाइटेस्ट कंफ्यूजन, लेट मी नो. वी विल कवर दैट फर्स्ट.
Ma'am,
यस अक्षर.
ma'am, where Tirupura located?
Tripura is a state in itself, beta. Just give me 1 second. I'll pull out a map of India and I will present it to you. Tripura basically is named for a small state which is covered from 3 sides by Bangladesh, but I will present it to you anyway so that you do not have any confusion. Is there anybody who has any other kind of confusion? See, you have to speak here. बेटा मैं नहीं पढ़ाऊंगी तो कोई और तो वैसे भी नहीं पढ़ाएगा, पर आपको मुझे बताना पड़ेगा कि कहाँ प्रॉब्लम्स हैं, कौन से ऐसे स्टेट है जिसमें आप कंफ्यूज हो जाते हैं. Tripura is one. Is there anything else? Give me 1 minute, I'll have to pull this up. If there is any other confusion in any other state, just let me know immediately. मैप में गलत मार्क नहीं करना, ऐसे
Ma'am?
पाप नहीं करना मेरे साथ. हाँ बेटा बोलो.
Ma'am, where is Thiruvananthapuram located?
It is in Kerala beta, it is a city. Okay, are you able to see this screen? There will be a new tab in this one. एक presenting वाला portion आएगा, उसके अंदर आपको political map of India दिख रहा होगा. Anyone? Akshat, can you see it? Just guide me here.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So can you see Tripura here?
Yes, ma'am.
It is covered from 3 sides by Bangladesh. And when we are talking about Thiruvananthapuram, this is Thiruvananthapuram, right at the coast here. For those who cannot remember the states, I'll just tell you a quick trick. You just have to recall the national anthem. Punjab, Sindh, Gujarat, Maratha. Dravid means the Dravid speaking states here. Utkal means Odisha. Bang means Bengal. Vindhya means this area. Himachal means this area. Himachal means this area. The area of Himalaya. Yamuna, Ganga, it covers all the other states from which Yamuna and Ganga flow through. Most of the states can be covered in this way. All you just have to focus a little bit that which state is where. देखो इसको ना आप ऐसे याद कर सकते हो रिलेटिव थिंकिंग से. रिलेटिव थिंकिंग से कैसे कि कोस्ट पे कौन से स्टेट्स हैं आपको वो याद होने चाहिए, ईस्ट पे कौन से हैं, वेस्ट पे कौन से हैं. थोड़ी सी प्रैक्टिस करोगे याद भी हो जाएगा. बट क्या है कि अगर आपको एक याद हो गया तो उसके आपको 2-3 रिलेट करके याद कर लोगे. इट विल बी इजियर. हाँ बेटा बोलो. कुछ बोल रहे थे मैम बोला आपने. Yes. I can't hear you. Whoever was speaking, I just heard ma'am. I was busy with the tab. But you can definitely speak up again. There is no problem. Was that Akshat? Okay. So have a map handy and ready. Like next time we'll do this map, the distribution of minerals in India. And now the uses of minerals. My voice is not clear. Is my voice not clear to everybody or is it just Pranjal? If my voice is not clear to anybody else, just write you in the chat box so that I can resolve it. Or if it is just Pranjal, then I'll ask him to resolve his earphones. Am I audible to all clearly?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Pranjal, please check your earphones. There might be some problem with that. Just replug it. Alright. The uses of minerals. Minerals are used in a wide variety of industries. Basically, pretty much everything that we're using in the daily life has some kind of minerals in that. Even the computer that you are using has some silicon in that. Everybody has gold and silver at their houses. All the utensils are made of iron. Even your toothpaste has mineral, like we talked about. Even your soap has mineral. Even your talcum powder is made up of minerals. So there are n number of uses when we are talking about minerals. So you should never run out of the uses of minerals. Just think about right 10 uses of minerals that you can find out in your own home. And then there is conservation of minerals. We do a lot of activities all throughout the year for the conservation of resources, and minerals are also a part of it. When we're talking about minerals, they are non-renewable resources. Silicon is also a type of mineral, beta. सिलिकॉन एक चीज है जो कि ना इसमें कंप्यूटर बिल्डिंग में यूज होती है. इट इज मेड अप ऑफ क्वार्ट्ज. क्वार्ट्ज इज द मिनरल. And again, back to the conservation of minerals. When we're talking about the conservation of minerals, like I said, it is a non-renewable resource. Can anybody help me out by telling me what is a non-renewable resource? Anybody?
Ma'am,
बोलो पूजा.
ma'am, it takes so many years to renewed.
Yes, it takes a lot of time to build up again. When the rate of using them is more than the rate of replenishment. Replenishment mean वो refill होने की जो उसकी rate है, वो अगर बहुत कम होगी और आप उसको बहुत ज़्यादा यूज कर लोगे, then it becomes a non-renewable resources, and then we start feeling the deficit. Deficit means हमें उसकी कमी फील होने लग जाती है. भाई, why do we need to conserve minerals? Because we are using minerals at a faster rate than the rate they are getting refilled or replenished. So we should recycle minerals. That is a very important thing that we can do. And when we're talking about the next portion of this chapter, it will be power resources. There are certain minerals that are used to generate power. Can you name a few of them? You already named coal. Anything else?
Ma'am, fire.
Firewood, not fire exactly. Firewood means the remnants of some dry wood that you can burn to generate power. Uh, Everybody else, what is everybody else doing? Why are there only 2 or 3 people replying? Do I have to pick out your names to talk? See, this is not a normal classroom. I cannot pick you out that easily. It will be better if you try to participate on your own. Otherwise, it will get extremely boring for you to sit on your own. I'll start picking out names because you are not being sincere about it. Sarthak, name me any power resource. Nikunj, unmute your mic. Nikunj, are you here in this class? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me any power resource that you use to generate power. You don't need to consult the book. Just think something. Where do you get power from?
Ma'am.
1 minute, Pranjal. Let me talk to Nikunj
Ma'am,
first.
water, running water.
Yes, hydroelectricity is one of the ways. All right. Just stay awake in the class. Don't sleep here. Yes, Pranjal,
Yes.
what were you saying, beta?
Ma'am, I thought coal.
Coal, yes, I already accepted coal. See, there are basically 2 types of power generating resources. One are conventional, other are non-conventional. Conventional means the power resources that have been in use from a long time and they are very common for us. The examples are firewood, coal, petroleum, and hydropower. We cannot exactly categorize the conventional resources as a non-renewable resource also. All these are different things. Just be careful when you're writing these definitions. So what are conventional resources? The resources that have been in use for a very long time. Now somebody will repeat the names of those resources and that will be Tanisha. Yes, Tanisha. Unmute your mic and tell me the non-conventional resources. Yes, Tanisha, I can't hear you. There might be some problem with your mic. Just rejoin the meeting. Yes, Tanisha.
Question.
My question is just name three conventional resources, my bad. Conventional sources of energy.
Ma'am, actually, I have some doubt in it, ma'am.
Then you have to ask ना. अब जब मैं आपसे पूछ रही हूँ कि आपको कोई डाउट है तो आपको पूछना पड़ेगा तुरंत. Yes, ask your doubt first.
I'm confused for some what is that conventional resource?
First, conventional source it is. My bad, I keep sleeping a little bit. Conventional source are the source of energy that have been in use for a really long time, and it is used commonly by people to generate power. So now name any three of them.
Ma'am, water,
Water, all right. Hydroelectricity.
fire,
Firewood, okay.
and coal.
Coal, all right. Acceptable. ठीक है. And now we'll move a little ahead. इसके अंदर और कुछ चीजें भी दी हुई हैं. That is petroleum, natural gas. These are also conventional sources of energy. See, petroleum is very common because it has been in use for a really long time. There are 2-3 important things that you have to remember while reading this portion, and that will be that from coal you generate thermal power. Thermal power plant use coal to produce electricity, and coal is also known as buried sunshine because it was used for a really long time to produce electricity before all the other methods came around. Fossil fuels are the fuels such as coal, petroleum, and natural gas. These are formed out of the fossils of things that have been buried inside the earth for millions of years. For example, you can say that the petrol that you are using might be a fossil fuel that came out of a dead dinosaur. And when we'll talk about petroleum, there are a lot of things that come out of petroleum, such as diesel, petrol, kerosene. All of these have same origin. It is a crude blackish type of liquid, and out of this, these things come out. When we're talking about natural gas, when we extract petroleum from the earth, natural gas is released, and natural gas is another source of energy for us. And petroleum is also known as black gold, which is another important point. And hydroelectricity, we all know there are dams which are constructed to utilize the flow of running water to produce electricity. So is there any problem until here? The conventional sources, I'm sorry, I keep on slipping. Conventional sources of energy. Lubricants, antimony, tungsten, bauxite, Appalachian. What do you mean to ask, beta? Yes, I am getting all these things. They're written in the chapter. What do you want to ask about it?
मैम मीनिंग
Lubricant means something that is used to lubricate. जैसे कि आप जिसको चिकनाई के लिए यूज किया जाता है ना, it is also used in the bikes. Earlier it used to be used in bike. जो grease होती है ना, वो एक तरीके का लुब्रिकेंट है. एंटीमनी, टंगस्टन, बॉक्साइट और ये जो तीनों हैं, these are types of minerals. Tin is also a mineral, quartz is also a mineral, asbestos is also a mineral. Appalachian is a name of mountain that is found. Where it is, just let me confirm, I forgot. कौन से वाले कॉन्टिनेंट में था ये बेटा, एक बार मुझे याद दिलाना. यस, नॉर्थ अमेरिका, Appalachian Mountains. It is somewhere around the USA and Canada. Appalachian Mountain. जैसे हमारे पास हिमालय है, उनके पास Appalachian है. Okay, anything else till here? ठीक है, तो फिर आज के काम एक बार मैं रिपीट कर देती हूँ. काम क्या है हमारे पास? कुछ डेफिनेशंस आपको लिखनी होंगी. डेफिनेशंस जितनी भी चीजें इसके अंदर ब्लू से हाईलाइटेड हैं, फॉर एग्जांपल द डेफिनेशन ऑफ मिनरल, डेफिनेशन ऑफ मेटालिक मिनरल, फेरस मिनरल, नॉन फेरस मिनरल, नॉन मेटालिक मिनरल, mining, open cast mining, shaft mining, drilling, coring, all these definitions, they are given very clearly in your book. You have to write all these down when you are writing this. And what is an ore, you have to write that down as well. These are the first 2 pages. Then the next I already gave you, I'll just remind it to you. You have to make a list of which mineral is found in which continent, in which country. You do not have to memorize it. You do not have to worry too much about it. You just have to make a list so that at least you go through it once, so that you can know these points for your general knowledge. So that will be the subsequent 1, 2, and 3 pages. And the distribution of minerals in India, we will do it in the next class in the map work. Just have your map ready for the next class. You have to write 10 uses of minerals and try to write it on your own. Now, how can you conserve minerals? You have to write 5 points for that as well. थोड़ा homework इस chapter में ज़्यादा होगा because it is more about your own general knowledge than learning it from the book. How can you conserve minerals? You should know at least 5 points. And then you'll have to make a table for the conventional sources of energy. What are the 5 conventional sources of energy? There is a table given already here, figure 3.10, conventional sources of energy. There are given advantages and disadvantages. You have to write it down as it is. Try to remember it. If there is a problem, we will discuss it in the next class. What is buried sunshine? You should know. What is black gold? You should know. These are the important questions that come out of this chapter. And that will be all till now. If there is any question till here, till now, ask me. Otherwise, from the next class, I'll move ahead to the non-conventional sources of energy, and this chapter will be done. If anybody has any question, just write Q in the chat box for me. If you have some question, just raise it here. See, you don't have to learn at everybody else's pace. आपको दूसरों के हिसाब से नहीं पढ़ना है. अगर आपको समझ नहीं आया तो आपको खुद बोलना पड़ेगा. ये मत सोचिए कि इसे समझ में आ गया, मुझे समझ में नहीं आया तो मैं कैसे बोलूं. आपको समझ में नहीं आया, just feel free to ask. I'm here for all of you. Strata means level. जैसे ये 1, 2, 3, 4, it means strata. Tidal power means the power that is generated using hydraulic sources. Hydraulic sources, hydra मतलब किस चीज से रिलेटेड? पानी से रिलेटेड. Anything else? Okay. कोई बात नहीं. अभी आपके पास अगर क्वेश्चन नहीं है, अभी तक का जितना बोला है उतना पढ़िए. मूव अहेड. आगे का भी चैप्टर पढ़िए. बहुत बड़ा चैप्टर नहीं है. इट इज नॉट अ वेरी डिफिकल्ट चैप्टर. यू आर वेरी स्मार्ट ऑलरेडी फॉर दिस. जस्ट रीड थ्रू इट. इफ देयर इज अ प्रॉब्लम, वी विल ऑल सॉल्व इट टुगेदर. And after we are finished, it means it will take 2 more periods for this chapter. 1 period for the map work and the leftover portion. Zinc, a mineral. Yes, zinc is an element actually. I'll have to research a little bit about zinc. I have to admit I am a little weak when it comes to this thing. I'll have to research what zinc is exactly. I'll do that for you in the next class. If I do not, just remind me. And try to cover up some question answers also, because then the another class will be for question answers, and I am expecting all of you to participate, especially the ones who are mute here. The ones who are not participating will have to answer the questions, and I remember who's not participating. So if there are any other questions, just write them down for the next class. And for now, that will be all. Thank you. And Sairam, please start leaving the class one by one.
Saira ma'am.
Sairam, beta. Sairam. Sairam.
Ma'am.
Sairam.
Sairam ma'am.
Sairam.